Hey guys, welcome back everybody. So in the last video recording, we have seen how to configure the static router with the exit interface, and in the last we have seen how to configure the static router with the next hop. So today we are going to discuss how to configure the static router with the exit interface plus next hop. So I cannot show you this practical on the Cisco packet tracer because my Cisco packet tracer that I have installed in my laptop, maybe it's an older one, and that doesn't allow you me to show this kind of configuration. Maybe in future, whatever the Cisco packet tracer will be coming, maybe those Cisco packet may support this kind of configuration as well. So I'm going to show you the configuration on the GNS3 today. So you can see that looks like a similar topology. We have router 1, router 2, router 3. Okay, and the between router 1 and router 2, you can see the network we have a 12.0 subnet, and between router 2 and router 3, we have a 23.0 subnet, right? And in the LAN network, we can see that I have a 1.0/8 network, and over here we have a 2.0/8 network. Also, these are not a PC. I have converted the router as a PC. I just changed the icon of the router and made this icon as a PC one, right? So already IP address are pre-configured. So if you see on the, let's start with the, router number one. On the router number one, if you have a look, so IP interface brief, right? So on the router number one, you can see that we have a 1.100, that's this interface 0/0. And the 12.1 on the 0/1 we have, right? Same thing if you go on the router number two now. On the router number two, we have also IP interface brief. On the router two, that's my ISP, we have a 12.2 and 23.2. If you go to the router three now, on the router three, we also have a same IP configuration, 23.3 and 2.100. If you look for the router 4, that is my PC. So IP interface brief. So it has a IP address. Also, if you see show IP route, the routing is disabled on this PC. So I just put the command no IP routing. So when you go on the router, I say the no IP routing, then what this command is going to do that, it's convert your router as a host mode, or we can call as a PC. So let me show you this thing. So let me enable the IP routing right now. And if you see after enabling this command, what happened? Now I will maintain the routing table. Previously, the routing table was not there. He was asking for the default gateway. I have already set up the default gateway. But now if you put the command no IP routing, let me enable the debug first of all, debug IP routing. And I'll say that no IP routing. If you have a look, if I'm going to disable the routing behavior on the router, so what he will say that, hey, I'm going to convert. Okay, it doesn't show you the log message. Just going to remove the route from the routing table, but there is some one log message will become. So it will show you that your router is going to convert into the client mode. So maybe in the different version showing that what version I have. So enterprise iOS, it's 12.4. Maybe in the 15.0, it's showing the command. So it will give you the one log message. Your node is converting from the host to the router mode and router to the host mode, depend the configuration. So if you say the no IP routing, and no IP routing is host a router to the host. And if you say that IP routing, then host to the router. Now, after that, you can see one thing also how we have defined the default gateway. So if you see the command to define the default gateway is very simple. I just put the 1.100. That's all. Same thing on a router number 5. If you see on the router 5, what happened? We have a show IP interface brief. I have IP configuration and the routing is disabled. So if you see the default gateway, same configuration we did for the default gateway as well. So if you see the configuration for the default gateway, do show run section, IP default. The command is IP default gateway in the global configuration mode. Same way, if you look for the router 6 and router 7, I have a router 6, so IP interface brief. This 2.6 we have, and routing should be disabled. So IP root, routing is not there. And we have a default gateway. Same thing on a router 7, if you see, the another host we have. So IP interface brief 2.7. And if you see the show IP route, I don't have a routing. The default gateway is set. What's the command? Very simple. You just need to do show run section IP default. So the command is IP default gateway in the global configuration mode. Right? That's all. The IP is pre-configured. So what I can do that now, I'll just use the notepad to show you the configuration. The router number 1, what I told you that already, if you see my routing table, on the router number 1, I have a 1.0/each subnet. which is this side, and the 12.0 on this particular interface. So these are my directly connected route. What I told you about the static route, in a static route, you only need to define those route which is not present in your routing table. So these two routes I already present in my router number one. So which route I have to define? I need to define this route and this particular route on the router number one. So you need to go in router number one and say IP route what 192.23.0, and then I need to use the 0/1. That's my exit interface, and then I need to define the next hop information. That's a 12.2, right? And same way IP route we have 2.0.0.0 and submit mask 0/1, and same next hop 12.2 on the router number two as well. Because on the router number two, for this subnet we need to also define same interface will be there and the same next hop. On the router number two, I already have a 12.0. I already have a 23.0. I don't have this subnet, right? I don't have this subnet on the router number two. So on the router number two, we need to give the command IP route. So sorry. IP route 1.0.0.0/8 0/0 and 12.1. So from this side, 0/0 will be exit interface and 12.1 will be the next hop. Same way, IP route 2.0.0.0/8 0/1 and next hop will be 23.3. So from router 2, this side, this subnet will be there. This will be the exit interface and this will be the next hop. On router 3, also what happened, if you see on the router 3, I already have a 23, which is this guy, and already have a 2.0, which is this guy. So which network I don't have? I don't have this network and I don't have this network. So on the router 3, we need to define these two one. Simple IP route, what? 192.168.0/24, then 0/0, the next hop will be 23.2. Same IP route 1.0.0.0. Okay, 1 minute, guys. I think I'm configured with the /8. So IP route. Yeah, it's a /8. So we have a /8 255.0.0.0.0, next hop 0/0 and 23.2. So very simple command we have with exit interface plus next hop. Just go on the router number one and copy it. So if you enable the debug, do debug IP routing. It will show you how does a router install the route in the routing table. So if you see, after enabling the debug, it's saying that, hey, you know one thing, I'm going to add this information in my routing table with the next hop 12.2 that has a static has a ED value is 1 and the metric is 0. The static route does not use the concept of the metric. And same way we are going to use this subnet as well. Now let's copy the same command on the router number 2 as well. Copy. Come on. All done. And the last one is the router 3. Here we go. Oh, okay, okay. My bad. All done. So do show IP route. If you put the command static, it will show the static route only. Right? And now you can go on the router number 4, right? Or we can say the client number 4. I can initiate the traffic from the router 4 to the router number 6. So we can call as a Hyderabad. So one location in the Hyderabad, another location in the Bangalore, right? So now we have provided the connectivity between the Hyderabad to the Bangalore. So when I say the ping from the router 4 2.2.2.6, right? What happened? The source IP will be the 1.1.1.1.4 will be the source IP. This destination will be what 2.2.2.6 will be the destination, right? So this will be the source IP and this is the destination IP we have. So when the router number 1 will receive this packet, router 1 said, hey, do I know about the 2226? According to my routing table, yeah, I know about this guy. Let me check my routing table. According to my routing table, if any packet is coming for this particular network, I need to forward the packet to the 12.2. Now I do have an interface as well. So I will forward the packet to the router number 2. When the router number 2 will receive this packet, router 2 said, hey, do I know about this guy? 2.0. He said, hey, let me check my routing table. So according to my routing table, I need to forward the packet to the 23.3 via this interface. When the router 3 will receive this packet, what router 3 will do that? Same behavior. Router 3 also going to perform the lookup of destination. So it will say, hey, do I know about the 2.0? Do show IP route 2.2.2.6? Yeah, according to my routing table, I know this guy, and I need to forward. This is my directly connected route, and I need to forward the packet through the 0/1 interface. So he will forward the packet from the 0/1 interface. When the router 6 will receive this packet, what router 6 will do now? He will create the reply packet. This was my ICMP request packet. Now he will get the ICMP reply packet. So in the ICMP reply, we have our source will be what? 2.2.2.2.6, and destination will be, it's 1.1.1.4. So source will become the destination and destination will become the source, right? So he will give the reply. When the reply comes to router number 3, router 3 will look up the routing table. Hey, do I know about this guy? 114. Let me check my routing table. R3 is checking the routing table. Says, hey, you know one thing, according to my routing table, let me check it. R3 said that according to my routing table, I need to forward the packet to home 23.2 via this interface 0/0. And he will forward the packet to whom? He will forward the packet to the router number 2. When the router number 2 will receive this packet, he said, hey, do I know about the 104? Yeah, according to my routing table, I need to forward the packet to the 2.1 via this interface. He will forward the packet to this guy. When the router number 1 will receive this packet, he said that, hey, do I know about the 1.101? Yeah, according to my routing table, it's my directly connected route. I will forward this packet through the 0/0 interface. So he will forward the packet to the other guy. So now we have a good to good communication. So let's try. Let's go on the router 4 and ping this guy. I said the ping, what? 2.2.2.6. Repeat 20. All good? So I hope you understand the exit interface plus next hop concept. So in the final videos that I told you that we are gonna make on the this series, like what is the difference between all those three one, and the one more videos I will make on the static rod. Not one, I think so. Three more videos I will make on the static rod. That's a concept comes in the what happened, right? When you have a exit interface plus next hop. So for example, if you define the route 1.0.0.0.0/8 that has exit interface via this way, and another way we have a 1.0.0/8 via the next hop, the same route, which router will pick up, right? So we'll see in the next video, guys. Thank you for the watching the video.